This is Professor L.B.Gayakawad's English Literature Web YouTube channel. I am Professor L.B.Gayakawad is teaching today the new topic which is morpheme, and the video is 459. In this topic today we are going to see about the morpheme. So what is morpheme? Morpheme is the smallest grammatical meaningful unit in a language. Morpheme means what? The smallest. Smallest means very small, means there is no small. The last one, that is the smallest. And grammatical means it is useful in the grammar. It has the grammatical status, so it is called grammatical. Meaningful means it has the particular meaning. Unit means it is the part of the sentence, that's why it is called the unit. And in a language means in every language there is a morpheme, and that's why here I am telling you that in a language means in every language. The morpheme is the order of sounds. Remember, when we discuss the morphemes, we know that the morpheme is the word which is the order of sounds. For example, we will say uncle. So see, uncle, these are the sounds, and with the help of these sounds, this uncle word, that is the morpheme, has been created or has been made, and that's why morpheme is the order of sounds. Order means what? I will say sequence. I will say 1, 2, 3 order. That is uncle. That is the order. And so morpheme is the order of sounds. Then morpheme is the word and the share of the word. Remember, when we discuss, then we find that this morpheme is the particular word and the share of the word. Share of the word, it means that it is the share of the word. Share of the word means, suppose box, boxes, means box is the morpheme. It is the free morpheme, and boxes, es, is the share of this word, and that's why here the explanation is that the word morpheme is the word and the share of the word, which has its own meaning. Remember, this morpheme has its own meaning. Its own meaning means what? It gives its own meaning, means it tells us the meaning, means we can call it with a meaning, and that's why it has its own meaning. We cannot break it. It means the morpheme. We cannot break the morpheme into the smallest meaningful units. So explanation is that if there is the morpheme, suppose if there is the free morpheme, we cannot break that free morpheme into the smallest meaningful units. It means that when the free morpheme is there and we want to break that morpheme into the smallest meaningful units, then we can say that it cannot be broken, means we cannot break that morpheme, and we cannot make the meaningful, smallest meaningful units of that particular morpheme. So it is very much correct that we cannot break the morpheme, means morpheme is not the word which can be broken into the smallest meaningful units, because it loses its meaning. Means when we break this morpheme loses its meaning, means it has no meaning at all. When we break it, it loses its meaning, means we cannot get the meaning of this particular morpheme, and that's why we cannot break the morpheme into the smallest meaningful units. For example, dog. Now see, we have taken the example, that is the dog. So dog is the example, and this dog cannot be broken into DO+G. It means if we try to break this particular dog into the new parts, means into the new shares, I will say do+G, means we cannot break this dog. So dog is dog. We cannot break this dog into DO+G. And if we try to break it into do+G, then the meaning of this dog will be lost. Means we cannot get the particular meaning of this dog. This division is a meaningful noise. Remember, if we break this dog, this free morpheme, this particular word into the smallest units, then what will happen? This division is a meaningful noise. Means we will break it, but that breakage or that division will be meaningless. Means it will have no meaning at all. That is the thing, and that's why we cannot break the free morpheme into the particular meaningful units. Means those units cannot be meaningful. Second thing here is that the morpheme forms nouns. Remember, when we want to make nouns, when we want to form nouns, verbs and adjectives and adverbs, then we can form them. We can form them, but we can form them with the help of the morpheme. And that's why here the explanation is that the morpheme forms nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs, joining the affixation. Affixation means what? Remember, prefixes, infixes and suffixes is called the affixation. So we can join the prefixes, infixes and we can join the suffixes, and we can form the nouns, verbs and adjectives with adverbs. That is the point. Here we have taken, for example, is that speak is the morpheme, that is the free morpheme, and here plus er is equal to speaker. So here I will say that speaker is the noun, and we have got this speaker from speak and er, means this er is the suffix, and with the help of this er we have made this speaker. So here it is very clear that the morpheme forms nouns. Then the second example is dark plus en. So when we see this example, then we can say that it is the verb. Dark plus en, that is darken. So this darken means this is the verb, and this verb we have created with the help of this dark. This is the free morpheme and en is the suffix, and with the help of these two we have got the verb. So it is very clear that we can make the verb with the help of the morpheme. Then beauty plus full is equal to beautiful, means when there is the beauty, means there is the adjective, and plus this full is the suffix, and a new word has become, and that is the beautiful. And beauty plus full plus ly is equal to beautifully. So remember, this beauty is the adjective, full is the suffix, and ly is also the suffix, and in this way we have made the word beautifully. So in this way it is very clear that we can make the nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs with the help of the affixation, and these are the examples which just we have seen. Now the third point is there, that is the affixation. So when we study the morphemes, then affixation is the important point. What is affixation? Affixation is known as bound morphemes. Remember, when we discuss the affixations, then we can say that this affixation is known as bound morpheme. Means all the affixes are the bound morphemes. That is the main point. Because it receives no meaning without the free morpheme. Means all the affixation is called the bound morpheme because all the prefixes, all the infixes and all the suffixes are called the bound morphemes because they don't receive the meaning without the free morpheme. Means if there is the free morpheme, then these bound morphemes will get the meaning, or if there is no free morpheme, then I will say that the bound morphemes will not get the meaning. For example, I will say, now see, this is the speak word, and this speak word is the free morpheme, and this er is the bound morpheme, means this bound morpheme. And so this er has no meaning at all, but this speak has the meaning because it is the verb, and this er has no meaning. But when this er is added to the speak, then it becomes the speaker, and then this er gets here the meaning. And in this way, it is very clear that the affixation or affixations, or I will say affixation or affixes are called the bound morphemes because they have no meaning at all without the free morpheme. The free morpheme has its own meaning. The free morpheme has its own meaning. Remember, when we discuss the free morpheme, then we know that this free morpheme has its own meaning. Its own meaning means it gives the meaning. It means when we read them, we know about their meaning, and that's why the free morpheme has its own meaning. For example, speak. This speak has the meaning, and this speak is the free morpheme. That's why we have added here er, and then a new word speaker has been created by us. The fourth point is the morpheme. Morphemes may or may not have the meaning. Remember, sometimes the morphemes have the meaning because they are the free morphemes, and sometimes these morphemes have no meaning because they are the bound morpheme. The second, the new point is that the morphemes may or may not have the meaning or the phonological existence. Now, phonological existence means what? Some morphemes have the phonological script, means we can transcribe them, or we can make the phonological script of them, or we can show its pronouns. That is called the phonological existence, and that's why the morphemes may or may not have the meaning or the phonological existence. For example, un is the I will say affix, or is the I will say prefix, and this un has the negative meaning. Remember, when we add this un to the free morpheme, then the meaning becomes negative. So un has the negative meaning in unjust, because just is the word which is positive, but this un has been added to this unjust, so the word has become unjust, and that's why this just has become negative, means just has become unjust, and that's why it is negative. But it is meaningless in under, means when we have taken this un in under word, then this un has got no meaning at all. So it is very clear that sometimes we can get the meaning of the morpheme, and sometimes we do not get the meaning of the morphemes. Sheep has the phonological existence. My point is that sheep is the morpheme, that is the free morpheme, has the phonological existence. It means that we can make its phonological script, we can pronounce it phonologically, that is called the phonological existence. in the singular form, means the singular form, that is the singular I will say formation of this sheep has the phonological existence, but it has no phonological status or existence in the plural form. Means when we do the plurality of this sheep, then the plurality of sheep and the singularity of sheep are the same forms, and that's why, or is the same form, and that's why we can say that when it has, means this sheep has no phonological status in the plural form, means when we do the plural form of this sheep, then we know that it has no phonological pronunciation, means the pronunciation of sheep, means the singularity and the plurality of sheep is the same, and that's why we can say that sometimes the morpheme has the phonological existence and sometimes the morpheme has no phonological existence, and that's why this example of sheep is very much important, I will say. Then carpet. Carpet is the word, carpet is the free morpheme, and we will see now the very strange thing about this carpet. It means carpet is a kind of cloth, means when we see, then we can take the meaning of this carpet, that is the cloth, which is made of car plus paint, means this carpet is the word which has been made of car plus paint. Okay, it has no relation with car and paint. Remember, this carpet is the word which has been made with the help of the car plus paint. But this carpet, the meaning of this carpet is the cloth. That is the, we can say, mat. We can say the particular cloth which can be used by us for sitting, for sleeping. That is carpet. But when we discuss this car and when we discuss this paint, then we can say that this carpet has no any kind of relation with the meaning of carpet. Carpet's meaning is different and the meaning of car and paint is different. That is the point. So we can say that sometimes the morpheme has the meaning and sometimes the morpheme has no meaning. Now the last point, that is the fifth point which I want to say here, the morphemes have the allomorphs. Remember, when we discuss the morphemes, then we can say that all the morphemes have the allomorphs. What is allomorphs? As the members. Means all the morphemes have the members and those members are called the allomorphs. So for example, I will say cat plus yes is equal to, here I will say cat is the morpheme and yes means that is sir is the allomorph, that is the member. So the members of the morpheme is called the allomorphs. That is the point. So here today we have seen the topic which is based on morpheme. So my request is that please see my channel and share my channel and collect many I will say students who will be interested to study my channel. So please subscribe it and share. With this I take your leave. Thank you very much.